Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, colleagues, for taking a little time out of a good social hour to help me give a tribute and a farewell to a good friend of all of ours. It's a bittersweet day in Michigan Senate today as we say goodbye to our friend, my friend, Mike Ferland. Now you, sir, you look like a wrestler. Our chief of police is retiring after protecting and serving the Senate for the past 28 years. While it is hard to imagine the Senate chamber without Mike's warm presence and his watchful eye, we are all very excited for Mike as he prepares to embark on this next stage of life with Tina and your family. Mike joined the Senate in 1992 as Assistant Sergeant at Arms and was promoted quickly to Chief Sergeant in 2001. In his role as Chief, Mike has overseen a great deal of successful change, including the transition of the Senate Sergeant of Arms Security Department into an official police department in 2002. Mike, you have played a key role in the implementation of state-of-the-art security system. And additionally, and importantly, you recently worked with the Senate Business Office to develop and implement a physical security training program for all senators and employees. And through it all, Mike, you have continued to guide your team as they worked together to protect our institution. We are all very comfortable knowing that even though you will be abandoning ship, you have trained a great group of guys and have instilled your personal commitment, work ethic, and passion in each and every one of them. Now, in your retirement, I'm confident that Mike looks forward to spending more time with his wife, Tina, and his kids, Jacob, Morgan, Maya, and Chris, most of which are here with us today. He's also excited to finally be able to take a buffalo, elk, and caribou hunting expeditions to Alaska and out west. As well, and this is important, is to continuing the pursuit of that perfect buck on your property for me. Mike has spent the last few years building a majestic pole barn that I've had the privilege of visiting in the middle of his woods on their 65 acres as they prepare to build their retirement home, including planting 50 fruit, apple, pear trees every year. And now, sir, you'll be able to begin to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Is that your phone going off? No, sir. No, sir. Is it my phone going off? Yes. Sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry. Notice I didn't even swear. Your cement block head, your meat hook hands, and your oversized heart will be greatly missed. And I believe I speak for all of us in saying that this retirement is well deserved and that Mike's devotion to his job and those he served will have a lasting and impactful impression on this institution and all of us. Our friend, Chief Ferland, please help me deliver a heartfelt and warm acknowledgement of a well-deserved retirement to our friend, Chief Mike Ferland.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I rise with my good friend and colleague, Senator Shirkey, Leader Shirkey, to say a few words about all of our good friend, Mike. Over the last 7.5 years, I've become very close to Mike. And those of you that knew me as a kid, it does not surprise you that it may surprise many of my friends that I'm spending time with a police officer with my hands not behind my back. But as we've all gotten to know Mike, whether it's in 2 years or 6 for some of us, or even a little longer for me, he's shown a dedication to the job that's only matched by his dedication to his family. Most mornings I'd stand right where the other chief's at, other good friend of ours is at, and talk to Mike usually about 3 things. His wife, or his daughter, his son, often talking about the volleyball game, which almost always led to the hamburger place that he stopped at when he'd pick up Bagger Dave's, wherever they were playing, and they're obviously accomplished athletes. As I mentioned before, his family, and how proud he was of them, how much he cared about them, how much he looked forward to spending time with them even more when he retired. He'd like to talk about his tie, because Mike believes, as do I, it doesn't really matter what you wear. The one thing that people look at is the tie. So he always had a beautiful tie on, even if he had a stain on his shirt, which he didn't ever have, but if he did. And no surprise, talking to me, we talked about food. Often talking about the best barbecue place in the area or where we traveled. I stopped up in Wayne's district once at Java Joe's and St. Ignace because Mike recommended it. Every place he recommends it. If you ever get a recommendation for a place to eat from Mike, I suggest you take it. He's tremendous at a lot of things, but I think even better than his job is his his ability to pick out a great restaurant wherever he goes. I was gonna take a couple fun shots. I guess I took a few already, but he's just a deeply good human being. And we were all, I think, better for having gotten to work with him. He's trained a great crew of folks to stay on and to do the tremendous work they do for us every day. But it's just been a pleasure to get to know you, Mike, and thank you very much. I'd also like my remarks printed on the record.
Without objecting, so ordered.